Paddington in Peru releases in North American theaters next week, and I was able to attend an early advanced screening for it yesterday. As a point of reference, I'm a massive fan of the Paddington films, specifically the second one, which has no business being as phenomenal as it is. So naturally, I was looking forward to this one, even with the absences of Sally Hawkins and director Paul King. This is the weakest link of the Paddington trilogy, but it's still so damn good, which just goes to show how great these films are. There's just so much charm, heart, and soul put into these movies that it's impossible not to, have a great time with them. The titular bear is as charismatic as ever, and just seeing this group of characters have to do with a completely new location, Peru, obviously, was refreshing and differentiates this one from the previous two films. This might be the best looking Paddington film, as no offense to England, as I've never been there, but it isn't the most visually striking location on the planet, but the Peruvian Amazon definitely is. So many cool shots in this movie. This movie looks majestic at times. The Central Brown family are where the heart and, most of the humor lies, and Emily Mortimer plays Mary Brown in this movie. She's decent, she's fine, she's alright, but can you really replace Sally Hawkins? Not really. Her absence is very much felt. This is, what I'm gonna say is not really a spoiler, but if you consider, this, I'm gonna be talking about a flashback scene in the movie. If you care about that, just skip ahead a few seconds, but there's a flashback scene in this movie, and it's back to the original Paddington. I thought they were going to show Sally Hawkins, but they didn't for some reason. Maybe it would mess with the continuity or something. I don't know what they were really doing, but I figured I'd mention it. Paul King is now behind the story of this film rather than being the mastermind behind the whole thing as director. And you can still feel his familiar presence through the film, through the writing of the movie specifically. But the film is missing a bit of that creative energy that the previous two films had. I think this film's humor, though, has not skipped a beat. The franchise is hilarious as it's ever been. Antonio Banderas is hilarious. He is one of the two new villains that are added to this movie. Antonio Banderas and Olivia Colman add to this goofy, over-the-top, wildly entertaining collection of antagonists this trilogy has had. Specifically, Antonio Banderas. He's great, and he has a daughter in the film as well, and there's some emotion going on there. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of exposition in this movie, though. It sets up something huge. It sets up this whole mythology, so much lore for a Paddington film for some reason, and it got a bit. It was a bit much at times, but whatever. Olivia Colman is fun, but there's a really dumbly written plot twist that happens surrounding her character in the third act that I could not take seriously. But knowing the Paddington films, did the movie even want you to take it seriously? Not sure. Paddington in Peru had me worried. I mean, you're losing probably the best actress in your whole franchise, and you're losing the director who is just capable of making these just charming little movies. Wonka is his latest one, great film. So it had me worried, but I loved it. It was fun. It's a Paddington movie, and it reminds you of that, and it's great. I most likely won't be choosing to revisit this specific one when I'm trying to rewatch a Paddington film, but it did put a giant smile on my face, and that's pretty much all I wanted from a film like this. Good little movie. Loved it.